Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Bonnie Lee. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I found this gentleman that does a lot of zip lining. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Well, you probably do a lot.
A little bit here and there.
This is Shannon Stowell.
Mhm.
Or this guy is the CEO of ATT, which is the Active Travel Trade Association.
That was close. The Adventure Travel Association. But, active works too.
It does. It absolutely does. So now anybody who knows me is watching this.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, Bonnie ziplined into a tree and she fell off of a bicycle. So I shouldn't really be talking to you about this. But when I took your class and we were talking about active and adventure, I don't have to ride a bike or zip line
No,
to
no.
belong to this association. So about it.
A common misconception is that adventure has to be super hardcore. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. That adventure is for everyone. And the three elements are nature, culture, and some sort of physical activity.
Nature, culture, and activity that embodies so many people who travel. They want to
Yes.
get into the destination. They
Mhm.
want to have all of these experiences.
Mhm.
That's what really took me back. I do know this man. I have known him for a while. I do know what he does, but for some reason or another, my brain came alive when you talked about it. You have events all across the globe.
That's right.
Where
Yes.
did you just come from?
I came from Kitzbühel, Austria, where we did our first Adventure Elevate Europe, which was fantastic. We had about 210 people from 36 countries.
Who attends? Who
Yeah.
goes there?
So it's tour operators, it's buyers and suppliers, travel advisors, and then all the ecosystem of companies that provide services and products. So it could be anything from technology, AI distribution, financial tools, gear and apparel,
Oh,
insurance.
that includes carabiners. I am not allowed to do it. No carabiners for Bonnie Lee.
Yeah.
Companies that you all would recommend. Do you vet these people? I don't know. That's really why.
Sure. We're a business network. And so anyone that wants to join can.
Mhm.
We have found over 20 years that it's sort of self-policing. And
Oh, yeah.
Policing isn't the right word, but it's
Regulating, maybe?
yeah, it writes itself. So if a company comes in and finds that either the values don't align or perhaps the product isn't really a good match, generally they won't stick around. We've had very little problem with that because we're so open about our values and what we request of our
Oh.
members. So it sort of naturally attracts the companies that fall into that category.
If you were not that person, you would be like,
You would look at it and go, that's not my
That's
jam.
awesome.
Most of the time, it's a non-issue. The companies that join are a great fit. When people sell adventure travel, why they can be really fulfilled that they're doing it is that the amount of money that stays in the destination with adventure travel is so significant compared to mass travel. So I'll use Jordan as an example. They have the mass travel, which is the Dead Sea. It's wonderful. It's an anchor. It's an icon. It shouldn't go away. But only about 15% of that money that gets spent by the traveler stays because it's owned by multinational corporations. And
Mhm.
so adventure travel typically tends to be smaller companies, local guides, local lodging, local food, local crafts.
I love that.
It's pretty incredible. So 65 to 75% of the money that the traveler spends through an adventure operator stays. And often it ends up being spent in more rural areas, which helps take the money out of the big cities and move it out into the rural environments. And then also in one study that we did recently, or USAID did with some help from us, they found that it also employed twice the number of women in Jordan. So we find that adventure travel really is a way of having a more equitable tourism business. It gives the small operators an opportunity to take care of their own. So
It's so much more
I just feel like it's such a
impactful.
good business.
I
Yeah.
loved everything about it. Now that I know I could go on a luxury adventure, what we were talking about, you could go on an uncruise, for instance. And
Right.
that is luxury, but that also is adventure,
Mhm.
opening everyone's mind up to what did you say? Adventure is
It's
su-
accessible.
it's subject to the human.
Yeah.
Like, what do I call adventure versus someone else call
Right.
adventure? You have tons of opportunity for education.
Mhm.
You had Adventure Elevate,
Yep.
Adventure Next, Adventure Week, Adventure Connect. and Adventure
Travel World Summit.
Oh, geez.
That's the big one.
No, we're not going to go into all of that here, but I'm going to tell you that I'm going to link over to that site, which is
adventuretravel.
So many great opportunities to educate yourself as an agent. And if you're a traveler and you want to know about how you can be more impactful around the world, you can read about it and then find a great travel professional to do it. You create a positive impact.
Our members are the ones that are delivering that incredible impact to their customers who hopefully walk away changed, a little more thoughtful, maybe change the way they do things back home in some situations. I'll give you an example. We went on a hike in Jordan in one of the wadis. Our guides pulled out trash bags and just started picking up litter. They didn't ask us to, they just started doing it. And I watched as guests started to say, "Hey, do you have any more bags? Can I do that too?" And I thought that's such a really cool way when that person goes back home, maybe they think about that in their local park and say, maybe I'll take a bag this time and do a little cleanup.
I picked up trash in Jordan and I am going to pick up trash where I
at home. Yeah.
Yes. So did I miss anything?
One of my favorite things to say about adventure travel is it's the intersection of commerce, community, and conservation.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's an economic piece, there's the community piece, and then there's the preservation piece. So it's a pretty special.
And if you're somebody who treasures those things, I think you can take the education that you all offer and carry it out into the world and give that message to your clients.
Put out a lot of free research and material.
Gosh, thanks.
Of course.
Thank you, Bonnie. Just have to take a little nap. The poor guy just got for red eye. Thank you. And
thank you.
Yeah.
So appreciate it.
I do too. Bye.
Thank you, Bonnie.